The thoroughbred is a magnificent animal, bred for speed, bred to compete, the sport of kings.
Wow, West Coast has it by 6.
It's the all-new Let's Go Racing from Parx Casino and Racetrack. It's action-packed and fun for the entire family.
3 of them are right together with 1 furlong to go.
Let's Go Racing is brought to you by the Pennsylvania Thoroughbred Horsemen's Association. It's fun to see them run.
Welcome to Let's Go Racing. Danny Gibson and Dick Girardi here on the Parx Racing third floor studio, bringing you all the latest in horse racing and news from around the country. On today's show, it was College Scholarship Day here at Parx. We gave out 6 scholarships to the students from Delaware Valley University. Plus, we're going to recap all the top races. And PTHA Executive Director Jeff Maddie joined us this week to talk about purse increases and some exciting new stakes races that are going to close out the year.
Indeed, it was a great day here last Monday, College Scholarship Day, with we had 25 Del Val students, some of their instructors, the head of the program, so it was a very, very cool day out here at Parx.
Yeah, always awesome to give out some money to some worthy college students and hopefully get some interested in horse racing.
And clearly they were. We spent some time talking to, we had trainers there, jockeys there, and a lot of the students got a chance to interact with them, and I know a couple of them want to be exercise riders, and they got Danny Velasquez's number, and they're going to give him a ring. Corey, what has this day been like for you and your students out here?
This has been amazing. They've had such a great opportunity to see so many different aspects of the racing industry and of what goes on here at Parx. And they've gotten so many scholarship dollars, which they're so excited about. I said that even one of the horses came up and they got to pet it, and they were so excited. Even though we have nearly 100 horses on campus, but we're horse lovers, so this is a big deal for us.
And the program at Delaware Valley, how many students and what are the different disciplines you're teaching up there?
So we have around 100 students. We also have minors, and we have 3 equestrian teams, 2 under the Department of Athletics. And we have majors. So our academic programs, we have majors in equine management, equine science, and so they are riding horses, they're breeding horses, they're there when we foal out the horses, they're learning the business aspect, they're learning the media aspect. So our big focus is hands-on learning. And so because we have so many horses on campus, they're able to really participate, not just learning from a lecture classroom, but also really touching the animals and getting involved.
You may not know this, but 2 of your students, Kylie and Maddie, met up with the trainer, Danny Velasquez, after he did his little talk and said, hey, how do we get involved? And they're going to meet him in a week out here, and they want to become exercise riders.
I love that. And we've certainly had exercise riders in the past from our students because they are hardworking students. They're happy to get up early to be with the horses. And so I think it's such a great opportunity and I see such a good partnership for us moving forward.
Well, I'm sure they enjoyed seeing the horse racing. Of course, that was the start of the show, and the students.
All the kids were down by the rail for all the races on Monday. It was very cool.
Oh, the railbirds. I like it. Well, let's get to some racing here at Parx. It's our local race of the week. We previewed it for you on last week's show. We're going to talk about Monday's 7th race. It's an optional claiming race going 1 mile, $32,000 purse. Unfortunately, with the weather, it did scratch down to 3, but let's talk about our favorite, Ruby Blue.
Yeah, Ruby Blue and Steiner. You picked Steiner with Paco Lopez, who had speed near the rail. I, of course, picked Ruby Blue, and I wrote about Ruby Blue this week.
One of the coolest Pennsylvania breds you'll ever meet. Well, here's Chris Griffin with the local race of the week.
And they're off. Ruby Blue is off slowly, right out to the front at Steiner. Ruby Blue has asked for speed. Angel Rodriguez wants to move forward, and this group of 3 now moves in the first turn, and they're lined up. Super Dude is going to track right off these pace setters, but isn't that far away, is now within a neck of the lead. It's Steiner to hold that rail position. Right to the outside is the veteran Ruby Blue, and they move quickly. Just off of them is Super Dude, and the trio will go to the backstretch. It's Paco Lopez and Steiner as a neck in front. Ruby Blue and Angel Rodriguez right there in second, not going anywhere here as they're head and head up the backstretch. They went 23-4 for that opening quarter mile. Super Dude is the trailer, is now 3 lengths off the lead. It's Steiner and Ruby Blue going at it. Top 2 in the wagering. Super Dude starts to move a little bit closer, now within a length and a half Now 2 of the lead as they've got less than a half mile to go. The sprint is on. 47-2 for that half mile time. Steiner is trying to put away a stubborn Ruby Blue. Super Dude hasn't gone anywhere. The field of 3 moves into the far turn. It's still Steiner with that head in front. Steiner just will not relent here. Ruby Blue is all in and Steiner is getting away. It's Steiner who's up by a full length. Ruby Blue is all in. Super Dude is ranging up on the outside. Paco Lopez is looking around for company, and Steiner reaches the top of the stretch, and Steiner is up by 2. It's Steiner, Super Dude to the outside of Ruby Blue. They continue to chase this leader. Super Dude hasn't given up the chase, and Steiner hasn't put it away yet. A final furlong left to go. Steiner is now called upon for full effort. Super Dude is trying to cut into the margin and gets closer. It's Steiner for a final 16th. Super Dude is going to try one final time here at the line. Steiner, Super Dude, Steiner, Super Dude, Steiner.
Steiner gets the win. I was right,
Yes,
but
you were.
Paco gave him a really good ride.
He did. Loose on the lead. Unfortunately for Ruby Blue, she kind of missed the break, and it took him out of it a little bit. But it's Ruby Blue. Right?
It is
And one of the
Ruby.
cool things about the story when I was researching it, Danny, Donnie Brown originally owned and did breed Ruby Blue, and I called Donnie. I said, "Have you done with Stallion Awards?" He said, "I'm not really sure." And Breeder Awards, he said, "But I'll find out." So I got a call from Brian Sanfratello. How about this? $305,610 in Breeder Awards
That's a lot
for
of money.
Donnie, and he lost him early in a claim, but he's getting all this money with no expenses. And he also had the Stallion Mesner, $76,859 in Stallion Awards. So that's what's so cool about the Pennsylvania bred program. You don't even have to own the horse anymore. If you bred the horse, you're still going to get a lot of money. And Brian thought that might be a record for a PA bred. He wasn't sure.
Well, Ruby Blue, that is a name that you guys will hear because he will be in the Parks Racing Hall of
Yeah,
Fame
that
one
was
day.
the lead of my story. We're certainly going to discuss him at next year. So when we get down to talking about the 2023 class.
Certainly, he loves his carrots and apples. Well, let's talk about another Parks race because the 10th race on Monday was as good as it gets.
Yep.
It was an allowance race, 6 furlongs, $50,000 person. We see the return of Admiral Abe, who's been on the bench for a little bit, but he is back.
Yeah, another great claim, Bobby Moscow for Steph Kahn Racing, which is Bill Conlon and Ed Stefanski, claimed for $25,000, Danny, January 6th of 2020. Since then, $468,000 and a couple of stakes races for Admiral Abe.
Yeah, nice horse. Yodelihu is our favorite for trainer Jamie Ness, but this is a solid race.
Easy for you to say, Yodelihu.
It's still 5 Dreams, finding up front 22-2 for that opening quarter mile. 5 Dreams is in command. Here's Admiral Abe ranging up on the outside, is ready to tackle this pace setter. Breezy Gust is down towards the inside. In behind them is Wendell Fong. Milton the Monster is starting to get closer now. Yodelihu and the Red Silks at the rail. 5 Dreams is still in front. 5 Dreams with the lead, trying to pass his Admiral Abe up on the outside. Breezy Gust to the inside. Yodelihu. Milton the Monster just not making up the ground. Wendell Fong. 5 Dreams is still finding plenty. 5 Dreams is not stopping. A host of pursuers in behind.
5 Dreams gets the win. It was a blanket finish for owner-trainer Miguel Rodriguez. Nice strong finish by jockey Andrew Wolfson.
Yeah, no doubt. 5 Dreams a neat horse. This was a really cool race. I think Admiral Abe probably needed one.
I do too.
Don't give up on the 8.
No, we certainly aren't. Well, we're going to head to our first break. When we come back, Jeff Maddie will be joining us to talk about purses and lots more with our national races. Stick around.
That's right. With Just Jeremy to the outside, they're a clear 1-2.
If you want action and you want it now, you got to get the new Parks Racing mobile app. Wager and watch thoroughbred and harness racing from around the world. With the Parks Racing mobile app, it's easy to open and fund your account. Then place your wagers and cheer on your horse as they thunder down the stretch. With the Parks Racing mobile app, you'll easily make withdrawal requests, view the previous day's replays and results. Plus, open any new account now and you'll be automatically enrolled in a Parks Rewards program. The more you wager, the more you earn. Get the new Parks Racing mobile app and get in on the action.
The Pennsylvania Thoroughbred Horsemen's Association is the advocate for Parks Racing's horsemen and has worked hard to secure better lives for the hundreds of trainers and their families that work in the thoroughbred racing industry. Our horsemen benefit from medical coverage, trainer pension plans, and increased purses. Thanks to these horsemen, racing at Parks is the very best, providing entertainment for you and the entire family. The Pennsylvania Horsemen are proud to be part of the community and introduce a new generation of fans to the sport of kings.
He's a winner. He's a champion. He's an icon. He's a legend. And now he's back in Pennsylvania. Smarty Jones, Kentucky Derby winner, Preakness Stakes winner, standing at Equistar in Annville, Pennsylvania. The quintessential Pennsylvania bred has returned. Smarty Jones is back home. Please call Rodney Eckenrode or visit EquistarTrainingAndBreeding.com.
Did you know the Pennsylvania horse racing industry spends tens of millions of dollars supporting agriculture? From local farmers and farm workers to veterinarians and more. And we do it with zero tax dollars while creating tens of thousands of jobs.
Welcome back to Let's Go Racing. Really happy to have our PTHA Executive Director, Jeff Matte, joining us. Jeff, we have some very exciting news to talk about, some purse increases. Tell us about them.
Absolutely, Danny. On Pennsylvania Derby Day, as you know, our horsemen shine bright that day. They won 8 races in whole. Bernie Houghton from Penn National won 9 races. So the Commonwealth was very well supported on Pennsylvania Derby Day, which led us to get to thinking, you know, with these younger horses coming with our stakes program, not only here at Parks but in the Commonwealth, we wanted to bump up our maiden special weight, our allowance races, and we basically focused around the Pennsylvania bred program. As you know, this was the first year where we had the PA bred, PA sired stakes races, so we decided in collaboration with Greg Newell, Brian Sanfratello, Dave Osajnik, Joe Wilson, we decided to bump up our PA bred restricted maiden special weight purses to $50,000. Our restricted A other than will be $52,000, and our 2 other than restricted will be $55,000. And that'll make us more competitive in the Mid-Atlantic because there's a lot of surrounding states that have great state-bred programs, and now we're on par, if not better, than those programs. And I think that was long overdue. So like I said, it was a collaborative effort. I'm glad we were able to get it done, and hopefully, you know, more young horses, especially more PA breds, come not only from the Commonwealth but here right at Parks.
And Jeff, you got some open stakes coming up around Thanksgiving. Tell us about that.
Absolutely. Dave Osajnik and his team, we added 5 stakes races on Thanksgiving Eve. There'll be preps for our stakes later in December. There's 2 2-year-old stakes and then 3 open stakes, you know, for 3 and up. And I think it's just a great program. And like I said, it goes back to what we talked about a few moments ago. The horsemen here are getting the better horses. The purses will reflect that, and it's not something that'll happen overnight. But in the long run, you'll see some changes, and I think the purses need to reflect that. I think when our horsemen, when they go to Timonium or any other sale, or when they claim from other jurisdictions and come here, I think we need to reward those horsemen, all of our horsemen, for that matter. And like I said, it's going to help our racing product and our program tremendously.
And when you mentioned that the races after Christmas, those are the races we had last year, but now you got prep races for those races.
Absolutely, you get a little bit over a month, month to prep for those, and I think our horsemen, whether it be a condition book, whether it be a stakes book, horses like a routine, horsemen like a routine. So to be able to provide them that layout to get to that end of the year goal is tremendous. And like I said, I can't thank the racing office enough. I can't thank the PA breeders enough, the PTHA, our whole entire staff. It's just been a collaborative effort, and each event that we've done throughout the year continues to get better and better, and I can't wait for 2023.
Well, thank you so much for joining us, Jeff. That's a lot for us to look forward to, and end 2022 really strong. We're going to get into some national races of the week, brought to you by the Chapman Auto Group. If their emblem's not on the back of your car truck, well, you paid too much. And our national race of the week is from Maryland Millions Day. It's the Maryland Million Sprint, $100,000. They go 6 furlongs, and Park sends out the favorite For the Love of Bourbon.
Yeah, I mean, what a great run this horse has had for Mike Pino, the PA bred. 6 out of 8 this year, Danny. I mean, he's going to be in line, among others, for our Horse of the Year in 2022, For the Love of Bourbon.
He's had a great year. Dale Capuano sends out second choice, Always in a Hurry.
And Dale is one of the all-time great trainers in Maryland history, and he's really good on Maryland Million Day.
Dave Robin with the call, the Maryland Million Sprint.
In the off of the Maryland Million Sprint. Sharp beginning there for Karen's Notion and the favorite For the Love of Bourbon. Memory Bouquet's got early speed in between horses, and Airport firing up on the inside too. Redeem Eddie is 5th out of the inside, followed outside by Always in a Hurry, just 5 from that pace. Next is Golden Eyes, Treasure Tradition, Whiskey and You racing to the back of the pack with Going to the Lead, who has to close in from last now. 9 or 10 lengths will cover them into the far turn. Airport and Karen's Notion 1-2. Airport the neck in front down to the rail. Karen's Notion on the outside, For the Love of Bourbon and Memory Bouquet. The next pair, they're just 3 from the front. Then Golden Eyes and Always in a Hurry next. And the outside is a Treasure, a Tradition. And in between horses, Whiskey and You trying to improve now. Has 8 to make up at the top of the lane as this long shot as they make the turn for home. And it's Airport, Asks for a Full Kick. Airport, Justin Trent, For the Love of Bourbon. Karen's Notion in between horses. Golden Eyes on the far outside. And then it's Memory Bouquet and Whiskey and You and Always in a Hurry deep on the outside. They're coming to the final furlong now. And here's For the Love of Bourbon forging clear from Karen's Notion. It's For the Love of Bourbon and Paco Lopez to take the Maryland Million Sprint.
For the Love of Bourbon gets it done down in Maryland. And I talked to winning jockey Paco Lopez. He said he didn't even like the surface, really. But he just so much class. He was able to rate and get the win.
Yeah, Dan Ryan, great claim here. They claimed him for $50,000 at Churchill during the pandemic, May 29th of 2020. Danny, since then, he's won $540,000, 7 out of 9 this year For the Love of Bourbon. Mike Pino's had some good ones. This will be right up near the top of his list.
Yeah, and he's not even slowing down. And we have those stakes races closing out the year. I'm sure we'll see him here.
In there.
He will. Well, let's go to Keeneland. It's the Perryville. Goes 7 furlongs for 3-year-olds, $250,000. And Gun Night is our favorite for trainer Steve Asmussen.
Yeah, heavy favorite. On paper, looks like he can't really lose the race. I mean, he's been in against some very good horses running really fast. But we're also interested in the great B-Dog, owned by our buddy Joe Bessiker, trained by Doug O'Neill. Of course, ran here in the Pennsylvania Derby on the day that the namesake Brian Dawkins was here, actually giving the riders up for the PA Derby. So keep your eye on the 8 Gun Night and the 6 B-Dog.
Oh, a memory I remember well. Here is the call to Perryville.
And they're off in the Perryville. There goes Provocateur right out for the lead. Friar Lawrence, Gunite up on the outside of a Revolution. Also has early speed. Gunite of a Revolution, Provocateur to their inside. Provocateur moves up, puts ahead in front of a Revolution, goes second between horses. Gunite content to travel in third position here early on up the backstretch, then a break of 2 lengths back to Hoist the Gold, who is fourth down toward the inside. Friar Lawrence backs away into fifth. Arturius is next to last into the far turn, and B-Doc is at the back. The opening quarter, 22.38 seconds. Provocateur, the leader of a Revolution, right alongside. Gunite third, a length off the front pair to the far outside around the far turn. And then Hoist the Gold, who's back toward the inside in fourth. Friar Lawrence, Arturius between horses. B-Doc wide at the back as they round the turn. Back up front, Provocateur of a Revolution go at it for the lead. Gunite third, now starts to move up toward their outside. Hoist the Gold looks toward the inside. B-Doc swings out to the center of the track, still 5 lengths from the lead. Arturius next to last. Friar Lawrence at the back. Gunite strides forward, and Gunite has the lead off the turn. Hoist the Gold goes to second. 3 lengths separate the top two. Hoist the Gold trying to come after Gunite. 1/8 of a mile to go. Gunite has the lead. Hoist the Gold is second. 1.5 lengths separate the top two. Now the margin at 2 lengths. Now out to 2.5. Gunite on his way to victory. It is Gunite and Tyler Gaffalione to win the Perryville.
Gunite with the powerful win for Steve Asmussen and Winchell Thoroughbreds. He set that nice stalking trip, then he pounced.
And they are everywhere. These gun runners, Danny, they won our PA Derby, they won the Cotillion, and they won the Perryville. Gunite, 106 buyer for Gunite.
And they win at Parks.
They do win at Parks, and B-Dog showed no speed. It's getting weird. He's kind of lost his speed all of a sudden, but he came on to be third, so stakes placed again, and not a bad run.
Not a bad run at all. Let's stay at Keeneland. It's the Grade 2 Alexis Raven Run Stakes, 7 furlongs for 3-year-old fillies, and our favorite is Wicked Halo for Steve Asmussen again.
And you'll be shocked that this is a daughter of, yes, Gun Runner, who is, like everywhere, winning with everything, and this is a solid horse. Most recently won the Grade 2 Prioress at Saratoga.
Well, Kendrick Carmouche is on the second choice favorite, Smash Ticket for Rob Atras.
We always like seeing Kendrick and Rob Atras because they go well together. They won some significant races together.
Here's the call to Raven Run.
And they're off in the Lexus Raven Run. There goes Smash Ticket right out for the early lead. Smash Ticket immediately to the front. Freedom Speaks is right there toward the outside as they head up the backstretch. Wicked Halo comes away in third. Republique is away running in the fourth position. Union Lake fifth down toward the inside. Midnight Stroll is sixth up on the outside. Last Leaf is in seventh. Colorful Mischief is in eighth as they head toward the far turn. Fingal's Cave is going to drop out to the back of the pack now as they enter the turn and is running about 9 lengths off the lead. Back up front, though, it is Smash Ticket on top. The opening quarter went in 22.73 seconds. And it is Smash Ticket joined by Freedom Speaks, Wicked Halo far outside, Midnight Stroll in 4th position. Union Lake is 5th down toward the inside. Last Leaf, Colorful Mischief, who's still 8 lengths off the lead against the rail around the far turn. Republic and Fingal's Cave is last as they move for the top of the stretch. Wicked Halo, Midnight Stroll outside of that when Freedom Speaks 1 lane off the rail, and still Smash Ticket there toward the inside as they turn for home. Last Leaf is 5th out in the center of the racetrack. Wicked Halo kicks on with the lead now. Midnight Stroll goes to 2nd. Final furlong of the Lexus Raven Run. Wicked Halo has the lead out to 4 lengths. Moving by the 16th pole, it is Wicked Halo, Tyler Gaffalione. A late run from Fingal's Cave down to the inside, but well behind Wicked Halo.
Wicked Halo gets the win, giving Steve Asmussen and Winchell Thoroughbreds and Gun Runner another win.
Yeah, shocking development. I mean, that's as good as it gets these days. Just by Gun Runner, go to the winner's circle.
Steve has a really strong hand, and he's horses are running really well going into the Breeders' Cup, that's for sure. But we're going to head to another break. When we come back, our jockey and trainer of the week, who did something really exciting this week, plus a race recap. We'll see you on the other side of this break.
Turning for Home is a nonprofit that has provided nearly 2,800 former racehorses with a safe retirement. The program was created through the foresight of the Pennsylvania Thoroughbred Horsemen's Association.
We all love animals, and to give back to something that helps us so much, it's a great thing.
Responding to the need for a better system that addressed the uncertain future for the retiring equine population at Parks Racing, the PTHA rallied horsemen to support the program.
These horses can do anything from hunter jumpers to western to therapeutic riding.
Turning for Home became the first on-track retirement program at a year-round racetrack.
We want to make sure that our horses that have run so well for us over the years get the great opportunity to get a new vocation.
Out of everything that we've done in Pennsylvania for racing, I think that's the thing we can be most proud of.
If you would like to help these amazing animals find a great second career and forever home, please give us a call or contact us at turningforhome.org.
Welcome back to Let's Go Racing. Our jockey and trainer of the week is brought to you by Turning for Home, our racehorse retirement program here at Parks. And congratulations, this is kind of a combo. Jockey Michael Sanchez teamed up with trainer Guadalupe Preciado. They went to Presque Isle and won 2 stakes for 2-year-olds, the Finest City with Florida Samba and the Mark McDermott Stakes with Gordian Knot, both Pennsylvania breds.
Yeah, and horses we saw run on PA Derby Day, Gordian Knot won. Florida Samba did not win as the favorite, but we know she's good. I would think we'd probably see Gordian Knot back here in the PA Nursery, maybe for the final race of 2022, but he's going to be our probably local 2-year-old champ, and I would think Florida Samba is going to be our local 2-year-old filly champ. But Lupe and Joe Mbasi got 2 good ones here.
Yeah, both bred by Social Inclusion by Joe Mbasi. Yep. Maybe our local gun runner is the next Social Inclusion. Well, let's get to some race recap. We're going to head back down to Laurel Park for Maryland Millions, the Maryland Millions Classic. It goes a mile and an eighth. $150,000 is the purse, and keep your eye on the number 9.
Right, so the defending champ is Monday Morning QB for Butch Reed, and didn't run quite as well this year, but it is all about Parks anyway. As Danny said, our nation on parade. Jamie Ness, first time off the claim, just made a brief visit here to Parks for 1 workout, just dominates this race, wins by 6. Great claim by Jamie, gets a 98 buyer in this race, which is a career high.
Yeah, we saw Jamie Rodriguez kind of celebrate when he crossed the wire. He was really pumped up. Let's head to Belmont at Aqueduct. Bach. It's the Carl Place Stakes, $120,000 on the turf course for 3-year-olds. Keep an eye on the number 2. That's right, he breaks out.
Right, we're showing you this race because That's Right is there. Of course, he won our Turf Monsters, having a great year for Michael Moore. Is loose on the lead, but maybe 6 is a little too far. Maybe it's 5 or 5.5. Gets tired late. Curtis Run for Mike Maker is going to come from dead last with Irad Ortiz to win it, but a great year nevertheless for That's Right.
And you nailed that. I talked to Mike Moore. He said, really, it's just a little further than he wants to go, but he had a great year. He went to the farm, and he's going to rest up for the winter, and we'll see him back next year.
Can't wait. There's a lot of 5-furlong stakes in 2023 with That's Right's name on it.
Absolutely. Well, let's stay up at Belmont at Aqueduct. It's the Grade 2 Hill Prince Stakes, $300,000 for 3-year-olds on the turf, going a mile and an eighth. And keep an eye on the 4 and 7. They're on the lead there, but the 1 is saving ground.
Yeah, Celestial City with just a dream trip with Jose Lascano, getting better with every race. Uncle Mo, Shug McGahee just rolls by in the stretch, going to win this thing by almost 3 in the end.
Yeah, if you look up how a turf trip could
That's
go,
it.
you just saw it with Celestial City.
No doubt.
Well, speaking of Belmont and Aqueduct, they have a couple of big races that we'll see some park shippers up there. The Grade 3 Bold Ruler, the Grade 2 Kelso. Kind of a quiet weekend getting ready for Breeders' Cup,
Yes.
but it is the best of Ohio at Mahoning Valley.
Out of Mahoning Valley, which just opened up. I got a feeling our man Uriah might be out there. We'll check that out next week. But yeah, it's a week from this weekend, the Breeders' Cup next Friday and Saturday.
Oh, it's coming. We're getting excited. We're going to head to our final break. When we come back, Dick and I are going to preview another race. We'll see who gets the win for next week and some news on News and Notes.
Racehorses are pampered.
Treated with care and loved.
Nothing is more important than their health and their safety.
We do right by them.
And they do right by us.
The hard-working folks
who proudly earn our living
in Pennsylvania's horse racing
and breeding industries.
Horse racing is a lot of fun.
But it's so much more.
It provides tens of thousands of jobs.
Jobs. And billions in economic impact each year.
All across the Commonwealth.
Horse racing in Pennsylvania. It's a winner.
Here in Pennsylvania, we're proud of our breeding program, the best in North America. But we're also proud to be leaders in this industry. The PA Horse Breeders Association is funding cutting-edge research at Penn Vet to detect gene doping in thoroughbreds. And we endorsed the SAFE Act to help end the slaughter of American horses. Plus, we're pleased to support the aftercare programs set up by our horsemen's groups. Just a few of the reasons why you should join us in Pennsylvania, the premier place to breed and race.
Could your favorite casino app be even better and faster than ever? You bet! Because the all-new BetParx app has been built around what you really want. With easier sign-up, faster withdrawals, and all the slots and table games you love. Plus, make your first deposit and get a 100% bonus match up to $750. And 500 free spins. So, are all of your favorite games just a tap away? You bet! BetParx.
Welcome back to Let's Go Racing, our news and notes, and we're going to preview Monday's 9th race. It's a $25,000 claiming race. They're going to go 1 mile and 70 yards. Nice field of 10 here. What are you thinking?
Yeah, I'm liking Colonel Juan, but this is a wide open race. This is a really cool horse, Colonel Juan. The 8-year-old just gives you big efforts time after time for a Lupe Guerrero. We'll see how he does, but this is not an easy race. Who do you like here?
And look who bred Colonel Juan, El Presidente, Dunn Roman Farm,
of course,
Sal de Banda.
It's a great man.
I'm thinking the number 8, Hidden Promise.
Right.
I like the speed. Michael Sanchez is riding. He's dangerous on the win. Michael on the lead equals a win.
That's it. That's it. It's over. Hidden Promise, loose on the lead and gone.
I think so.
And
But
he's
it is
got
a
it
tough
covered.
race, I will have to say.
First time off the claim for Michael Pino.
Well, we have some news too. There's a post time change starting Monday, October 31st. We're going to bring it back. It goes to 12:25 p.m. So it'll be a little earlier. So make sure you come out so you don't miss it.
Yeah, we can't have darkness here at Park, so we move the post time up.
Well, we're still racing here Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Post time 12:25. Thank you so much for joining Dick and I on this week of Let's Go Racing.
And they're off. Skippy Longstocking has early speed. We the people from in between horses. Taba has got the lead now. It's Taba in the center of the racetrack, but Taba is drawing away. And Taba with Mike Smith, they win the BetParx Pennsylvania Derby.